Hey everybody, David Alter coming at you from Scotiabank Arena, where the Toronto Maple Leafs get ready to host the Pittsburgh Penguins. It is Rink-Wide Toronto's pregame presented by Bodog, Canada's home for casino games and sports odds, where everyone goes to play. It is the first half of back-to-back nights here in this building. They've got the Pittsburgh Penguins tonight, the Vancouver Canucks go Saturday, and it is Hall of Fame weekend. And so the big story to come out of today is Borje Salming is here in Toronto, provided he is medically feeling up for it and in good spirits. He is expected to be honored as part of the Hall of Fame festivities that take part before the game starts. And then if he is still in good spirits, he will be honored individually on Saturday before the game against the Canucks. Of course, Borje Salming is suffering from ALS and is continuing to seek treatments. It's actually why he's in Canada, because if you read any of the stories where you're following his progress, he's lost his ability to speak and swallow food, and attempts to get the proper treatment in Sweden were stopped by Swedish customs when they were trying to bring that medication over. So that's a large reason why the legend is here in Toronto. But while he is, and the Hall of Fame festivities are going on, it's actually good to see the Leaf legend and Hall of Famer here in Toronto. So that's obviously the big story happening with the Toronto Maple Leafs here for the weekend games. The Toronto Maple Leafs are 3-0-1 in their last 4 games, so certainly the vibe is a lot better around the dressing room after that 4-game losing streak where it seemed like everything that could go wrong was going wrong. The Pittsburgh Penguins defeated the Capitals on Wednesday to snap a 7-game losing streak. Certainly not like the Penguins, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of mood they're in. Casey DeSmith will start for the Penguins. The Toronto Maple Leafs, I was looking back on the SI.com tracker that we built, and this is the first time that the Maple Leafs are making absolutely no changes from forwards, defense, and goaltenders from a lines, pairings, and starting and backup goalie point of view. That has not happened this season. You know, there was instability with the goaltending, which we'll get to in a moment, and then the Leafs were always shuffling up the lines and defense pairs that they just hadn't been able to keep a consistent lines 1 through 4, defense pairs 1 through 3, starting goalie, backup goalie in any consecutive game scenario. But that is how it's going to start tonight. Of course, I do say start because there could be adjustments galore as the game goes along, and that is something certainly interesting to see, and it kind of tells you that maybe things are kind of stabling off with the Maple Leafs. But the goaltending situation, Eric Källgren gets the start. Keith Petruzzelli, who was called up earlier in the week, backs up. Ilya Samsonov continues to do private skating sessions here on the ice. He is week to week with a knee injury, but certainly along that track to possibly come back soon. The big wild card is, will Matt Murray be available on Saturday? There is no clarity on that. He says he's feeling good. They're taking it one day at a time, but they've not been able to kind of give him the go-ahead about if he will or if he won't. So if Matt Murray can't go, perhaps we see Keith Petruzzelli's NHL debut against the Canucks Saturday. But, just keeping a close eye on the Matt Murray skates. He does seem to kind of keel over. I don't know if it's because of his exhaustion or soreness or whatever the case may be, but there is that element of doubt that maybe Matt Murray doesn't come back on Saturday, even though he was kind of tracking and improving in his progress. So certainly something to keep an eye on. Myself and Rob Wong will have the post-game show immediately following the game tonight against the Penguins. Be sure to rate and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. It is Rink-Wide Toronto, presented by Bodog. From sports odds to free casino games, make a play at bodog.net. Rink-Wide Toronto, pregame, postgame, every game.